Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk to you today about how Delta Karen, otherwise known as Patricia Cornwall, she's going to jail, and rightfully so. She's a former NFL cheerleader. She also had a small role in Baywatch a while back, but she was on a flight from Tampa, Florida to Atlanta, Georgia, and she was not wearing her mask properly either. She had her mask down around her neck. In the video, you could see her ears, her nose, her ears, her nose, her eyes, her mouth. So, I mean, you could see that. Okay, you could see her whole face in the video. Well, she was not covering her face. You saw that on the video. Well, she goes up to this older man who wasn't wearing his mask properly either. He had his mask around his neck. Well, she goes up to him and says that he's endangering people, that he's not respecting these people because he's not wearing his mask properly, even though she wasn't either. This is rules for thee, but not for me. Well, she spits on him. Then she rolls up her fist. She hits him in the face. Now, I don't know how hard she hits him. But, I mean, I don't usually use profane language, but the man rightfully so is upset, and he calls her I don't use profane language usually on these videos, but he calls her a bitch. And I don't blame him, in this situation. Well, the flight attendants have to come in there and break up the situation and get her back to her seat. And the man said, when we land in Atlanta, you're going to jail. Well, it happened on an airline, and what happens on airlines, typically, if any illegal action happens, it falls under the jurisdiction of the federal government. Well, today she had to appear in a federal court in Atlanta. Now, her initial appearance, she doesn't have to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty. But she's charged with Class A misdemeanor because the assault didn't result in very little, if any, injury. But it's Class A misdemeanor, and if she does plead not guilty but is convicted, she could be facing a $100,000 fine and a year imprisonment. And the New York Post reported that Patricia Cornwall, a.k.a. Delta Karen, this is not her first brush with the law. She has had DUIs before, I believe in the state of Florida. She's had DUIs before, and she's had alcohol addiction issues. So she needs to be put away for a year and get her life in order. This lady is obviously a nutcase. She's either a nutcase or she feels horribly entitled that she can tell other people what to do, but then she doesn't have to do the same. She doesn't have to do the same thing herself. If masks weren't mandated on airlines, I would wear a mask. They're mandated. I'm going to follow the rules and wear the mask properly. To do my part as a U.S. citizen to stop the spread of COVID, because the Omicron variant, COVID-19, still a problem. But you're not wearing a mask yourself properly, and then you're going to cuss somebody out and then hit them and spit on them for not wearing a mask properly. Just outright hypocritical. Anyways, hope everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.